come back on? So, because I know that had to be included.
So what happened, and to be honest with you, I had given up. I figured I was going to die in Angola because we know Angola is the bloodiest penitentiary in America. I was watching guys get killed regular. In fact, I had two good friends. Both of them lost their life in prison. And we sit down, and we was just talking about this the other day. We sit down on the rec yard, bro, and me and these friends of mine was discussing something. We was just talking, and out of nowhere, one of my friends said, he said, bro, which one of us gonna get killed first in this penitentiary?
Wow.
And everybody got quiet, but all the eyes looked at me. And when they looked at me, I said, okay, y'all right. I'll get killed first. I said, but I'm gonna make it to be 19 years old before I get killed. And that's the kind of mindset that we was in.
Yeah, but what yard y'all was on?
We was on the big yard. I was at the time I was in
Hickory
Wild
side. On the wild side.
Yeah. So I'm in Hickory Folk, and we sitting down on the rec outside. And so they looked at me and I said, okay, y'all right. I'll be first. I said, but I'm gonna make it to be 19 years old before I get killed in this penitentiary. And so my other partner, he said, you know what? I'm gonna be older than all y'all, but I'm gonna make it to be at least about 28. And that's the kind of mindset we was in, bro. And because we was watching this here, and then we was kind of running wild at the time. They called us the young guns, and we was kind of, stayed on lockdown a lot, bro, because you know how rebellious, bro. Being rebellious, and I didn't want I had a complex to an extent. I had a complex because I knew that I was so young. And being like one of the youngest persons in that prison at that time, I had a complex about my age, being so young. So I wanted to kill somebody so bad because I was accused of murder. And so I said, I may as well catch me a body. They're not going to ever let me go home. Mm-hmm. After a while, what made me started thinking about my freedom more in that I have a chance of being free was when my brother came there for killing a guy that was my cellie. Guy went home and I gave him my brother's address so my brother could help him get a job at the World's Fair. And he wound up breaking in my brother's house. My brother shot him 9 times. So my brother wound up coming to Angola with life. All right. And so
that's crazy. The dude you sent to your brother to help the dude wound up, damn, that's crazy.
He had got on drugs. And my brother was visiting me. My brother said, man, the way the neighbor described this dude, it sounds like your boy, bro, that broke in my house. And I said, oh, no, bro, he wouldn't do nothing like that. He was clean cut type dude. I said, no, T-Fat wouldn't do nothing like that. And while my brother visited me, telling me, he said, bro, if he did, he said, I'm going to let it go. But if he do it again, he break in my house, bro, I'm going to kill him. And you know how we call home to make sure family that made it home safe when they leave, because that snake road was kind of dangerous at the time. Yeah. So I called home after my visit with him just to make sure he made it home safe. When I called home, my sister said he just killed T-Fat. I said, what? I said, he just left from visiting me. He said, T-Fat broke in his house while he was visiting you.
While he was visiting. Boy.
Yeah. Again, bro. And, so...
That's so telling people about that Snake Road, man, at least that 20-mile road, huh, bro?
Yeah, man, it's actually 24 miles, bro. 24? It's when you're going to visit at Angola, when you turn off the main road and you make that left or that right to it all depends on which way you're coming from, and you go to Angola. You got about maybe 24 more miles now. It is a snake road. It goes like that, and it goes all the way to the gate.
And they had signs. You could see signs that said sliding area. I mean, bricks and shit, boulders could just roll down on you.
Right.
Family members then got killed in car accidents trying to come up there and visit us, man.
That's right, and that's the reason why they blacktopped it now, because it used to be dirt, and especially when it rained, that dirt turns into mud and it be slippery. And so it was real dangerous on that snake road. You had to drive real slow for 24 miles to get to the gate. You know,
I remember going visit my brothers, man. Before I wound up in there. So tell them about what your where they put you at when you first got there, man. What that process was like when you first hit Angola.
When I first got there, I like I said, I had prepared myself to die because I had heard all these stories about Angola. And when you're in the Paris waiting to go, you're gonna hear a whole lot of stories, and you hear from other guys that's on their way back again that have been there before.
And so just to add something right quick to what you said, bro, because you said something earlier about the mentality about you was like, man, I'm gonna kill one of these. Like that was the attitude I had, bro. I was feeling when J. Hardcore interviewed me. That's what I would tell, bro. I had my attitude was I'm gonna kill one of these. You had to have that attitude, man. Yeah, you got to have that attitude, and you got to be ready for anything because somebody gonna try you. You know. That's just the reality of it. One of these dudes, one of these vultures, they're gonna try you. You just got to be prepared, and you got to be ready whenever they do come, because somebody gonna come. But I was in the state of mind to where I didn't want to give them a chance to come try me. I wanted to go try them. I wanted to go try them first. I said, I'm gonna catch me, and that's how I wound up catching another case. Because I was complexed and I wanted to show them that I ain't to be fucked with, So I was willing to do whatever it takes, and I wanted to get a reputation early, so I won't have these problems, and even once you get a reputation and these dudes find out who you are and find out you ain't to be played with, you still may run into some little rough edges in there. Because now they want to challenge you to try to get a reputation over your name.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So it's always some kind of little battle gonna take place. It's that you just got to prepare yourself and be ready. And I was like, so what happened? Solid E asked me when I first got there. When I first got there, they sent me to A Block, Line 7. A Block, Line 7 was one of the most treacherous areas in there at that time. You had people like Mose Murray or Montana Slim, Jerome Riley, all these guys, Bobby Hop, all these dudes was in A Block at the time. So they sent me to A Block, and it was like it was 11 of us. I made 11. It was 11 of us that they sent to A Block. And when we got there, bro, it was like something in the Roman times. How A Block looked. It looked so rough. And I'm looking around and I'm saying, damn. And it looked like it looked unsanitized. It don't even look like it's fit, for humanity. Man, it was so rats, roaches, all kind of stuff in the cells. A Block was so it looked condemned. And, it was so, A Block was so old, they didn't even have lights in the cell. They had lights on the hall, And man, they put me in a cell with a guy that was mentally incompetent. He was Jasper Well, his name was. And he was real huge, but all he would do is talk to himself. He'll lay in the bed and just go to talking. And he'll go to mumming and making all kind of crazy sound. But when they put me in that cell, no one was in there at the time because Jasper was at work. And they was, and so a guy, Booger Lee comes to my cell. And Booger Lee said, Ray, he said, brother, they put you in that cell. He said, but you sell it? He said, brother, he crazy. Can't nobody live with him. He said, you might want to try and get out that cell and catch you another cell, But like I said, I didn't believe in checking out or running or nothing like that. I said,
that's what they call it. They call it checking out the cell.
Right. Yeah. So I said, I'm gonna stay here, bro. I said, I'm gonna deal with this here. I said, I understand what you're saying. He crazy. I hadn't met him yet because he hadn't came in the cell. And I'm in the cell and Booger Lee was on the hall. So Booger Lee was talking to me and telling me about him. I said, well, bro, I don't really care to hear about him. I'll meet him when he come in here, So, but I didn't know he was that far gone. I thought at least I can talk to him. You couldn't even talk to this dude. Wow. And man, he come in the cell, and first thing he done is jump straight in the top bunk. It's two men to a cell. And he jumps in the top bunk, and he just throw the blanket over his head. Ain't say nothing like I wasn't even there. Threw the blanket over his head and he started talking. Motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. Motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. Motherfucker, I don't know why you let him put you in this cell. I'm gonna kill you. He was talking. And so I'm looking at him. I'm saying, he got the blanket over his head. And so I'm thinking about what Booger Lee said. I said, Booger Lee said, can't nobody live there with him, And then he on that don't pay no mind list. They got a list in Angola, like if you got some kind of mental defect, or you paranoid or anything like that, they'll have you on a don't pay no mind list. That means if me and him get into it, they're gonna lock me up. Ain't nothing they can do to him because he on a don't pay no mind list. Even if he killed me, they gonna send him to the hospital, put him on lockdown, but they're not gonna do him nothing because he on that list, So I'm like fighting a losing battle against him. But anyway, it was one of those situations to where I couldn't handle being in the cell with him, just like the rest of the people couldn't handle being in the cell with him. So what happened? I just went for it. I jumped on him, and we started fighting in the cell. And he was mostly trying to, he was hot. He was much bigger than me, but he was hollering, and I wasn't even hitting him. He went to hollering and screaming in the cell. Because he messed up. And they finally come rack the cell back, got us out the cell. They locked me up just like they said it would happen. And they put him back in the cell by himself. They didn't lock him. So they stopped giving him a cellie. He stopped getting a cellie. They made him stay in the cell by himself after that. But what I want to say about these 11 guys, bro, that these 10 guys that went to A Block with me, and to give you a prime example how Angola was with these vultures and everything, bro. I wind up going on lockdown. I wind up going to jail, all right? I hit a guy in the head with a shovel, all right?